Hello, coming at you with another video. This one is a kind of just a showing off of my lightsaber. I just kind of want to show off a little bit of action with it. This is an Amazon Basic lightsaber. This was about 25 bucks online. I got this back when I believe Acolyte was first premiering last year. For those of you that have watched the show, go back on my channel and check out my Acolyte reviews. But I just want to show off some cool features of it. This does come with sound. Right now I have the sound off, but I'm just going to go through some of the light modes just to kind of give you guys a bit of an example. It is a full black hilt with about, I'd say, about 13-inch blade, maybe about 14, depending on the one you get in the mail. I know they have custom made ones as well. This is just an Amazon Basic one, but changing the color up a bit, you get to see the classic blue. This is like the soldier style lightsaber. Many of us are aware Obi-Wan wielded this, as well as Anakin for some time, and eventually his son, Luke Skywalker. Many other Jedi used the blue lightsaber. It was traditional, kind of thought of as defense, but also it was more of a warrior style, which came in handy for the Clone Wars when the galaxy was going through a bit more conflict, dealing with droids, the droid army. Um, but going on from blue, we've got the yellow, which I'm not sure how well it's being picked up on the camera, but we are in fact getting into the century level Jedi. These were primarily Jedi Temple guards, people that would, protect against anyone that tried to threaten the Order on Coruscant, on the planet. Potentially, we got to see them in the court of Ahsoka Tano, the trial, when she was cast out from the Jedi Order. We got to see Barriss Offee, who was the true criminal in that case, taken away by the Jedi guards. And we even get to find out that later on in Star Wars Rebels, the Grand Inquisitor was a former Jedi Temple guard, that he was jealous that he wasn't allowed to move forward in the order. He was thought of as just a simple guard, and he, because of that, was influenced by the dark side. Palpatine was able to manipulate him to take out other Jedi, which was unfortunate. We got to see a cool comic book where the librarian that we got to see in, I believe, Attack of the Clones, talked to Obi-Wan. She fought the Grand Inquisitor. She actually helped younglings escape the temple, which was really cool to see. Moving on, we've got the light blue color. This was actually featured in the latest episode of Skeleton Crew. This was like the color of the lightsaber they discovered inside the pirate's den that Jude Law's character ends up using. I really like this color. It gives you a kind of feel of the past, because it's not so dark of a blue. It's more of a new kind of brighter color. And this is a common used blade in the Old Republic. So back when a few hundred years before Phantom Menace, I'd say about 300 or 400 years, maybe even more than that, they were using very light colored blades like this. They were personalized, handled, very unique to the user. So that was interesting to see. And the typical idea for this blue as well was Guardian, was warrior kind, but light blue was just interesting to see them use that type of color. So moving on, we've got purple, or someone kind of explain it as pink. This is primarily Mace Windu's color. Samuel Jackson has infamously used this lightsaber numerous times. But also, we've gotten to see throughout the comics and the lore that purple, similar to yellow, is almost on the border fringe of the dark side. We've known that Mace Windu has used abilities such as Force Push and Force Crush on characters such as General Grievous. That's why he has, of course, the bad breathing problem. And we've seen For instance, Mace Windu has been dropped off on a planet before filled with battle droids, hundreds of battle droids, and he was able to take them on single-handedly using his lightsaber, the Force. He just was like a whole nother uh, level of Jedi. Some would pair him to Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan. Not quite as powerful as Anakin, obviously, as we saw the duel that was in Episode 3, even though Mace Windu didn't have fair warning about that. If he knew that Anakin would strike, perhaps he would be able to defend himself better. But we never got to see that version of the fight. There was apparently multiple choreographed fights for that final, well, it wasn't final, but midway through Episode 3, when the Jedi come to question and arrest Senator Palpatine, the fight sequence that goes down was just so quick. He takes out 2 or 3 Jedi with no ease, and then it seems like he goes into the battle with Mace Windu that lasts about a minute. But there were going to be bigger choreographed fights, more Jedi involved. Anakin was actually going to fight Palpatine in some of the fights, not help him. So there was a lost opportunity, sort of, with Episode 3. But moving on into the new colors, we've got green. I'm not sure how well this is being picked up, but green, of course, is Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn's colored lightsaber. This is kind of supposed to mean forest and entering into a new phase of the Force, the living Force, to be one with nature, to be one with plants and animals, kind of connect more with living things, which I thought was pretty cool to see. Not a lot of people have green lightsabers. I know we got to see in the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano go from her 2 green to 2 blue lightsabers, which is almost like the opposite of what Anakin, or not Anakin, sorry, the opposite of what Luke did. Going from blue to green, she went from green to blue, which was kind of cool to see. And then we've got, I'd say this is like a light white almost. This is like Ahsoka Tano's blade, just pure white. You could tell it was almost like a healed crystal. When they bleed the crystals in the comics and in the Star Wars lore, they turn red, like they've been corrupted. And then when Ahsoka fought Inquisitors, she beat them, took their lightsaber crystals, and healed them from turning them red to white, which I thought was really cool. That wasn't explained very well in the show, so they had an opportunity to show that off, but they didn't. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. But so white, purple again. We got the purple, just kind of phasing through the colors, because you can make it to where it changes colors automatically. This is on a phase where it's just changing colors, like a strobe, which I like that a lot too. There's different phases of it, which is really interesting to see. If you're into combat with these lightsabers, they're very sturdy, very good for combat. They won't break. At least mine hasn't yet, and I've had it for almost a year. So very good, nice sturdy quality. You can go online and get customized hilts that are different. Mine is just a typical black hilt, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. I can kind of show you just holding the button down. That turns it off, and then if you press it one more time, you get lights, but also sound. So this is red right here, of course, infamous for being. Many people know that Darth Vader used red lightsaber. We got Palpatine, Darth Maul, Plagueis, Darth Revan. There's just a list of so many infamous Jedi, fallen Jedi, but also Sith that have used the red lightsaber. So thought it was cool to show it off. With sound, of course, too. I don't know if you guys can pick up the sounds, but just hold the button again, and that turns it off. But yeah, that was a kind of a show off of my collectible lightsaber. I thought you guys might like to see that. Check it out. You can pick up your own on Amazon, online, or there's other chain stores where you can check them out. Typically, they're about $25 to $30 for the cheaper ones. You can get ones that go up into the hundreds of dollars. I know Disney has a few places where you can go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and build your own custom lightsaber, which is really fun to see. I've watched videos on it before. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, follow me on Instagram, all the stuff. But have a good one, guys, and I'll catch you later in the next one. Alrighty, bye bye.